welcome back to another live stream. Tonight I am here in my long-term survival world yet again because I want to do a world tour. Last night's live stream kind of made me realize that I have a lot of new subscribers recently and you guys haven't seen a lot of my world. You've seen bits and pieces probably, but not all of it. And there's also probably a lot of questions people have. I know I got a lot of questions last night. I don't know if this night will be the same. Either way, this live stream will be up as a video later. So, if you missed the live stream, you can always watch it again. Anyway, welcome to the stream, Noah, Dr. Echo, Randoms. Welcome to the stream. Noah says, yay stream, indeed. Dr. Echo says, wow, another stream, awesome. Yeah, I've been trying to do Tuesday and Wednesday recently. Random says, well, will this be shorter since it's just a tour? No. I'll still live stream my usual 2 hours. Honestly, I don't know if 2 hours is going to be enough time to tour my entire world and show you everything in detail. So I'm going to try and get through this relatively quickly. This is the dive board for my Hoop Dive Elytra course. We're not going to look at the Hoop Dive Elytra course right now because that kind of spoils some of the things that I'm going to show you. Anyway, the reason why I'm up here and I'm not starting a little bit closer to the ground is because this is where I spawned. I spawned like somewhere down here-ish. This is why I built the start of the Elytra course right here. It was extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to get down from here. I died of fall damage multiple times. It was a long time ago. I started this world a little over 4 years ago. So, yeah. Died of fall damage many times. Don't remember exactly how many. Anyway, now I have an easy way of getting down. It's a little scary because it's a long fall, but there is water at the bottom down there. You can just barely see that little dot of blue. I'm gonna put my totem on just in case. And let's go. Let's go down here. Awesome, I survived. This tunnel right here, this just leads you to the elevator, I call that, to get to the Elytra course start. Random says, how are you? I'm doing great, thank you for asking. I hope everybody is doing well. Alright, this right here. It's a little bit difficult to go in order of when I built these things. So I'm just gonna go with, like, what I see. I'm gonna start with my main base area and we'll work our way around the place. So this is not in the order that I built it. Just so you know. Anyway, this is my potion brewing room. Is there potions in here? Oh, it's just water. I'm guessing it's because, yeah, everything is full. Wow. I don't need to get any bottles of water anytime soon. I'll have to go through quite a lot of potions first. And then this whole bunch of nether wart, and then these barrels, all of the potions that I already have brewed, whether I found them around the world or just brewed them. When I built that, I went crazy brewing potions, and I kind of like to just have them on hand, so when I use some up, I like to replace them. A little bit of dragon's breath too. That's cool. I didn't know I had that. We got weakness. Another ominous bottle. How come that's not... I thought I saw... Yeah, there's ominous. So that should be in this barrel. Or this should just have its own place. I'm not organizing right now. I'm doing a world tour. Anyway. You get the idea. Potions. Oh. This is placed on the redstone because usually the mouth moves when it's on redstone. There we go. I just had to reset it. Perfect. I feel like that's a funny decoration. Little dragon head. It's very simple. It's just on a redstone block and it makes its mouth move like that. The mouth of the dragon head also moves like that if you put it on your own head and walk around. Just in case you didn't know that. Okay, then we have the library. This library I built before we had chiseled bookshelves. So that's why I have looms here. They kind of look like empty bookshelves. I think it's kind of cool. And then I have barrels to where I can actually put books in them because I can't put books in a loom. The library is kind of cute though. It's kind of split in half with the hallway here. Miami, welcome to the stream. You say, remember me? Yeah, I think so. Random says, you don't really use potions anyways. I use them sometimes. Wow, it's thundering here in Minecraft. I should probably sleep. I guess it's kind of convenient. We're right next to this door. This door leads to my bedroom in my starter house. So, ooh. Let's use this bed right here and get rid of the thunderstorm. There we go. This is where I lived for a really long time. Like before I built my castle that you guys see me sleeping in all of the time. The bedroom has kind of a secret doorway. Not really. It's just a painting. A lot of people do that. I used to keep music discs here, but now I keep all of my music discs inside of my castle. I don't think there's much of anything in the chests and barrels in here. It's just a nice little starter house. I have a fireplace too. That is the first wooden pickaxe that I ever made. I actually kept it. I usually don't. I don't know why I decided to do that for this world so long ago. I guess maybe because when I made this world, I did plan on it being my long-term survival world. So maybe that's why I did that. I don't know. I don't remember. It was 4 years ago. And this right here, this is the entrance to the hoop dive elytra course. That's where we started. We started at the start, but since it's so high up there, this is the entrance. And then you walk through that hallway that I just showed you. This is the library. So I guess I got distracted by the thunderstorm. I'll go in this part of the library, and there's another elevator. So if we go up here, before I had elytra, I built this so that I could look out over the land. It's a really good place to see the entire area. You can even see the first couple hoops of the electric horse. It's also a very good view of my castle. Also, over here, I have a lodestone so that I can easily find my way home if I want to. Which, now that I think about it, I don't really know where the compass is. Probably in my ender chest. And this is a whole bunch of furnaces filled by lava. I was going to carve out a place to put it like into the wall of the mountain so that you can't see it, but I just never did. It's been a really long time since I built that, so I think I'll just leave it like that. It's fine. It's all the way up here. From down here, you can't even tell. There's nothing else really up here, and the only way to get back down is this elevator here. Oh, and by the way, these are my parrots. Let me go ahead and put them on my shoulder real quick. I don't think I ever gave them names. They don't have name tags. I might have named them and just forgot, honestly, because they used to live down in my house that I showed you. But these guys are kind of noisy, so I put them up here. They live up here. I figured they would like it because, you know, they're birds. They might like the sky. We're pretty high up here. Anyway, let's sit these guys back down. And I'm gonna go down here. Oh, and I never finished that, but it's okay. Let's go back out this door. And let's see. We'll go around. I'll actually walk in the path. We'll go around this way. Actually, I'll start up here. I'm trying to think of the best way to go around so that I don't miss anything. So sorry if I backtrack a little bit. Up here, this is a house I made for a villager because the original idea of this place was to have houses scattered all over the mountain. I still might do that because so far I only have two. The lookout tower that we were at, I think the tree right there, yeah, the tree right there was blocking my view. And then I have this house for a villager. He is just kind of trapped in here. His name is Boy. I don't know why I named him that. I made this a really long time ago, like I said. 4 years ago. He's got a really nice view of my castle. I think he enjoys that. You can kind of see everything that's going on in the little town I have down here. Alright, anyway. I'm gonna leave you on your own. Again, Boy. I know, you're on your own a lot. I'm sorry about that. I think you're fine with it, though. You don't seem to be angry. Okay, see you later. Or not, I don't know. I don't really check up on you that often. And then over here, I have a sign that tells you to go that way if you want to get to the Hoop Dive electric course. I don't know why I decided to do that. This is a single player world. It's not like... it's not like anybody needs that. I know where it's at. Anyway, this is my nether portal. I think it looks really cool in the side of the mountain like that. I'm not going to go into the nether right now, but I will show you that this cave right here This is a naturally generated cave. I think it's pretty cool. This is the first mine I ever made. I dug all the way down there, as far down as you can go, and I tried to find some diamonds. Eventually I stopped mining down there, but I kept it open. I haven't been down there in a really long time. I don't think I want to. It's probably just a strip mine. Anyway, this is my enchanting table. The very first one I made. There's some stuff in here. Oh, apparently I have a sharpness sword. Fire aspect. I know that's why it's in here. I don't really like fire aspect. I know some people do. I don't. I could put that in the barn and use it to kill cows. Get steak instantly. I don't like it as a main sword. There's a perfectly good pickaxe in here. Okay. Too expensive. Smite 5, sweeping edge 3, fire aspect 2, looting 3. Huh. I guess I couldn't do anything with it because it's too expensive. A whole bunch of books in here. I don't know why I'm looking at all of the chests. I guess it's kind of interesting. Especially in these areas I don't go in very often. Oh! At some point I tried to enchant some chainmail armor. It looks like I didn't get very far. But I have the full set. I could pick up that project again at any moment. Anyway, this naturally generated cave right here, I decided to decorate because I realized that the end of it, originally it was just a dead end, but I realized that it was really close to that hallway that I already had for like the library and stuff and the elytra course. So I built this staircase and then we go right here into the library. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, let's go back out this way. I've got some of my favorite ores here, like deep slate, coal ore. I think that stuff looks really cool. It's also kind of rare because coal usually doesn't spawn that deep down in the ground. We've got emeralds just because this is a mountain biome and there was already a lot of emeralds here. I added a few and kept the ones that were already here. We've got some deep slate copper, again because I think it looks cool. Stone diamonds, because those are the original diamonds. These deep slate diamonds that are so common now, they didn't used to exist. It used to be just these ones. We got some lapis too, more diamonds. I think it's pretty cool over here. If we continue, if I go down these stairs and continue this way, I guess I will show this little neighborhood that I built. It started out with this house that I did not build on my own. I had some help. I've mentioned before in past live streams that I've used this open to land feature before and kept it on survival mode, obviously. And when I used to live at home still, my dad joined my Minecraft world a couple of times. This is his house, so I'm not going to go inside the house because it's not my house. It's his house. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It's getting dark out. But anyway, then I added this house. This one's pretty cool. I like the inside of this one a lot. It's got a funky rug on the floor here, a little zigzag. Lots of good storage for stuff. A little kitchen over here. I think the windows are cool. And then there is a loft with a bed in it. Another cool rug. Some cool decorations. I think I'm going to sleep here tonight. I like this house, and I haven't slept here in a really long time. I don't really have a reason to go into this house a whole lot. I built it just as decoration, and I did the interior just as practice. I think it looks pretty nice. Anyway, yeah, let's sleep here, because it is nighttime. Dr. Echo says, I love the library, so cozy. I'm glad you like it. Super 88 says OG diamonds. For the OGs, for real. For real. Sorry, that's a lot. I don't... Don't make me feel old. I'm not that old. Don't make me feel old because I can't read that. Why is it raining first thing in the morning? Random says, I took all the emeralds in my mountain, but I used Silk Touch and put them as a trophy. That's cool. Dr. Echo says it's been 2 years since I've seen a stone diamond. They're kind of rare. That's why I decorate with them. Random says it's kind of a small house. Yeah, it is kind of a small house. Okay, the next house is also small. These 3 houses in this section of the neighborhood I built in one video. I don't remember what episode of my long-term survival world it is, but I think it's called like how to build like cute houses or something. Yeah, I built 3 different houses, 3 different ways, decorated them differently, all this stuff. And this is the first one I built in the video, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It was kind of long ago. There's a little garden out back, I believe. Yeah. They're all kind of close together, but it's fine. I think this is a very cute little neighborhood in front of the castle here. I'm proud of this. Eventually, I want to add more houses to it. I just haven't got around to it. Whoa, this one has a lot of storage. I guess I was showing off how much storage you can put in here. And you can comfortably walk underneath this without crouching. And I'm like amazed at my own build. It's been a while since I built it, okay? Okay, the front door right here. Looks like there's also a doorbell on a little place to sit. That's cute. Anyway, I don't remember which house I built second in that video. I guess you'll have to watch it and find out if you haven't already watched it. But this house, I remember it being one of my favorites. I think it looks really cool on the outside. It also has a little garden. No access from the inside. You have to like go out the front door to get to the garden on this one, but that's fine. Lots of flowers out front and some bushes. This one, you've got some storage in kind of like a mud room. This is. And then you walk right in and there's a kitchen. We've got a refrigerator, a sink, lots of cabinets, a place to put some recipe books. This is the stove and oven. And there's also like, I think this is supposed to be like a cutting board or something, but the campfire was the only thing I can think of to where you could actually like display this stuff. And they won't cook if the fire is put out, obviously. The brewing stand is here because I wanted a coffee maker, but I didn't really know how to make that. And it kind of made sense to me to have the brewing stand as the coffee maker. Then there's like a little table with a clock. I think it's pretty nice in here. And then this staircase is awesome. It's very compact house. All of them are because they're built in a small area. But if you go upstairs, there's a small library with a couch because downstairs I could not figure out where I could put a living room. It's just too small. You can have a living room downstairs or a kitchen. I decided the kitchen should probably go downstairs. And then the living room upstairs next to the bedroom. So, pretty nice house. I think it's decorated nicely. And then if we move on to the next one, I'll show that one in a second, because it's not part of the houses that I built in the specific video that I referenced. This is the last one. This one, sadly, I never got around to decorating the interior, but the exterior I did decorate. I think it looks pretty cool. I can do the interior at any time. There's a nice porch, a way to get down to the garden easily without having to go all the way around. And then the interior is just blank. I just never got around to doing the interior on this one. I spent too much time on the other ones. At least it has a bed in it. So yeah, we don't need to spend too much time on that one. Maybe someday when I start to add more houses in this area, I will fix that. Anyway, down here, there's a house. This house is really old. It's one of the first things that I would have built. I built that before those two houses that I showed even. This was supposed to be like a convenience store. And I think it turned into a flower shop. And then I tried to turn it back into a convenience store. Yeah. There's a really old map on the wall. I like almost never go into this building. I'll probably change it into something else in the future, redo the interior. It's really nice in here. I like it. There's a lot of variety in the walls, but I think it still looks nice even though it's kind of crazy. This map is a really old map. It doesn't even have my castle on it. Like, that's the spot that my castle is. Originally, instead of walls around the castle, I was going to do a moat, but I decided against the moat and I filled it back in because it's not naturally spawning. I dug that out, filled it with water, and then I was like, I don't know about that, and then filled it back in, built a wall instead, then built the castle. Then decided to start making YouTube videos. My fall forest isn't built yet. It's nice looking back sometimes. I'm glad I have this. And then down here, I never did anything down here. Someday though, I want to redo the interior. Oh, I said the upstairs. The upstairs is employees only. Fancy. What's up here? Nothing. Okay. Let's continue. The only thing I need to show over here that's not the castle. I know you guys have probably been waiting for that. We'll get to the castle eventually, which the interior is completely finished. I didn't build the castle in any YouTube videos and streams. I built that before I started my YouTube channel, but the interior I finished after I started my channel. So if you want to see the process of the interior, I think I did it all in live streams. Maybe there's a video about it. You can find it based on the title. And there's playlists on my channel of live streams and videos. Before I go this way, Alter Hex, I think that's how you pronounce that, says, "Hi friends, hi, welcome to the stream, glad you can make it." Dr. Echo says, "So is that whole mountain terraformed? Either that's really cool world generation or it's skill terraforming." It's a really cool world generation. I created this world the day before 1.18 released. So I guess that's how I could come up with an exact date, since I don't remember the exact date that even was. But yeah, I was risky and decided to create my long-term survival world, because that's what I had planned for this, on a pre-release. The day before the update was supposed to come out. And yeah, I spawned way up there. I don't know if you were here for the very beginning of this stream. But yeah, I spawned way up there where you can see that dive board for the Hoop Dive Elytra course. We'll be up there again eventually, probably towards the end of the stream, and I'll actually go through the Elytra course with my Elytra. Before I show you this stuff, and also I want to sleep and get rid of the rain. It does look like I have been streaming for 30 minutes, so I am going to go on a very quick 3-minute water break. Before I go on that water break, I would like to mention tips are welcome via paypal.me/annihilate. Live streams are always free, so don't feel obligated to leave a tip, but those are welcome at paypal.me/annihilate, and also YouTube Super Chat. Also, you can become a member of my channel if you would like to. I just added a second tier. Before I only had one level, the level 1 membership. I added level 2 and added an extra perk. If you get level 2 membership, there's gonna be members only videos. I don't have any members only videos posted at the moment, but I will be working on some. So if you would like to become a member, you definitely should. Anyway, I will be right back from a quick 3-minute water break. Alrighty, it is dark out, it is raining, but welcome back from that water break. I need to find a bed. I have one in my under chest. There we go. Now we should have a bright and sunny Minecraft day. Alright, these two tunnels right here, I'm going to start with this one. It's a little bit further back. This leads to a zombie farm. It's a very pointless minecart track. It's very short, but I thought I would match what is next to it. And I gave it a little window right here. You can see the track next to it. That one's much longer. I will show you what that leads to in a second. In these barrels we have some lava buckets and some rotten flesh. Because if I go down here, and right here I have a fancy elevator, there's arrows pointing which direction the water flows. So I don't get mixed up. I think that's cool. I think it's magenta glazed terracotta. I think that's what that block is. I didn't know this is like the slowest way to get down, but I just think it looks cool. Anyway, I have a very bad dripstone farm. It's not very good. And then we have a lava farm that actually works really well. There's actually plenty of lava to collect. I'm going to do that real quick because I've been smelting a lot of blocks and I'm actually kind of running low on lava because I don't come down here a lot anymore. I don't have very much room. Okay, and I have the totem in my offhand, so I can't pick up that lava bucket. I forgot I had the totem in my offhand. Let's put those in there where they belong. That's a lot of lava. That should last me a minute. And we can start filling up this one again. They used to all be full. All of these chests over here. There we go. The zombies. This is my first experience farm. Oh my gosh, there's a chicken jockey in there. That's cool. I'll leave him be because I don't even need experience right now. Yeah, very basic. Just beginner farms. Decorated it with some glowberries. Let's go back up to the top here. And then I'll show you what the other track leads to. I don't really need that totem in my offhand. I'm pretty safe here in my world. Okay, this right here, I keep emeralds here. These are all of my emerald ore. I decided to keep emeralds here because this leads to a village. This is where all of the villagers that I trade with when I do that live. I don't do that very often anymore. And also, I've been meaning to kind of redo this whole area. But I just haven't yet because there's other things that I have been working on. Alright, back here, I usually switch the minecart to the opposite track as soon as I arrive. This door right here, there is another portal, so I can easily transport here through the nether if I wanted to, but I'm doing a tour of mostly the overworld today. I don't really have any builds in the nether, so I probably won't even go in the nether at all. Anyway, this is another dripstone farm. Looks like it's ready to be harvested. I had a little box here I could sit for a while and collect the dripstone. It's pretty cool. I like how you can see the tunnel, the wall is open right there in that section. There's actually quite a lot of pointed dripstone in there. Sometimes I forget this exists. I don't go over here a lot. Alterax says, I have a question. Is it ever tempting to use commands, change game mode to make things faster? I guess it's more about the journey than the destination, but I always end up in creative. In this world, no, I have never been tempted to go to creative mode to make things easier. I usually don't play in creative mode because I find it to be boring. To me, it completely ruins a world. Especially if you've started out in creative. I mean, if you've started out in survival and then you switch to creative, if you go back to survival, I just feel like that's so unrewarding. And so it makes me not want to play on the world ever again. I don't think I would be able to play on this world for 4 years if I did that. I would have got bored a really long time ago, honestly. Okay, so up here, this is the village I was talking about. It is unfinished. That's part of the reason why I want to just kind of tear this down and start new. I also don't really like it. I mean, this house over here that all of the villagers live in, don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's a nice house. It's a good build. But I don't think it's good here. I don't like it. So I think that's why I haven't torn it down yet, because I like it, but also don't like it. You can see the pavilion pretty well from here. If you've seen anything recent that I've done, you would know the pavilion. We'll look at all that stuff later. Anyway, the inside of this, I never finished the interior, so don't judge the way these poor villagers are living. I have shulker boxes here, oh my goodness. Yeah, these guys are just kind of crammed in here. There is not enough room for them. That's why I have so many villagers. This village needs to be bigger, and I need to do it properly. So I'll probably like rehome these guys temporarily, probably even worse living conditions. Tear down this whole place and then build them a new, better village. But that's a future project. I will do that another time. For now, these villagers will live here. It's nice. For now. Yeah, there's plenty of room. I can make this bigger. And have kind of the same vibe too. I like what I did with the walls. So I'll probably do that again. Alright, let's go back this way. Oh, I didn't mean to get back into the minecart. I wanted to break it. Okay, and then back here, I guess I will show that it's here, but just like the other one, I'm not gonna like go all the way down the stairs. This is a mine shaft that I dug. It's the second mine shaft that I ever made. I was gonna like decorate it and make it nice over here. I still could, just to have another build to fill the space and have something to do, because it's kind of what this world is all about. And I have a path here, but yeah, I also could just like cover it up, do something else here. I'll make that decision another time. But yeah, I found a lot of diamonds down there and then decided to start mining elsewhere. I don't really mine in this area anymore because this is all old chunks. As I said, this is 4 years old. I usually like to mine in newer chunks. I usually go over where I found like a cherry grove biome. It's a very beautiful cherry grove biome. It's usually where I mine now. Maybe I'll turn that into like a little mining town. I don't know though. It's a cherry grove biome. Doesn't really make sense. Okay, what should I show next? I showed this whole area. I didn't show the beacon. There's diamonds on top, but don't let that deceive you. Underneath it is a whole bunch of iron. It's not diamonds all the way through. I did this when I mined 1,000 diamonds when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I did this, and I also built a diamond throne inside of my castle, which I will show you later. Yeah, that's my beacon. I made it purple because purple is my favorite color. It's nighttime again. So let's go over here and sleep. This is one house that I actually forgot to show over here in this little neighborhood. There's a bridge leading over to it. Nice little pond. I really like the way I did the roof on this house. It's really tiny. It's really cute. It houses all of my LAs. I think I only have one in here right now. His name is Blue. And he's cute. I've got some music discs in here and a jukebox. And yeah, there's some beds. I tried to make like bed frames for them, really small ones. I think it worked out pretty nice. There's bookshelves and stuff. Oh my goodness, this is actually one place that I have not looked at my chicken jockey from. We'll look at that closer later. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep in this bed. Dr. Echo says, now turn it all to netherite. The beacon, I was actually kind of thinking of doing that. I was thinking of replacing all of those diamonds with netherite blocks. So there would still be iron underneath. Or maybe I'll change the iron to diamonds and then have netherite on top. So not a full netherite beacon. I would have to calculate how many. So that's actually, I won't count right now because we have stuff to do. I have things to show you. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, I was thinking of doing the top layer of this beacon in netherite blocks when I hit 10,000 subscribers. Right now, I have 9,149 subscribers. So we're getting pretty close to 10,000. Tell all of your friends to subscribe, and I will do a whole bunch of live streams mining a whole bunch of ancient debris so that I can smelt it into netherite scrap, and I'll also get a whole bunch of gold so that I can smelt that into gold ingots, and then I can make a whole bunch of netherite ingots, and then I can make a whole bunch of netherite blocks. So if you think that would be fun to watch, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and when I hit 10,000 I will definitely do that. It's gonna take me a really long time and probably be split across multiple live streams, but yeah, I think it sounds fun. Alright, I showed you everything up there. Let's go across this bridge again, and I'll show you some stuff over here. Or I could do the castle and then go over here. I think I'm going to do that, but first I'll show you this frog. I built this a really long time ago because I thought it was cute. I saw a YouTube video, somebody else building it. I actually wrote the username of where I saw it from. Really long time ago. And the original design, it was like a fountain, but I got rid of the fountain bit because I couldn't make it fit in my pond and make it look nice. So that was what I was originally going to do. So I put it over here instead because it's cute. Built it out of copper. So yeah. Anyway, the castle This is one of my favorite builds. Outside of the castle, I've got a willow tree. That's what this is supposed to be. I built that. It is a custom tree. Obviously, I think a lot of people know Minecraft doesn't have willow trees. Yeah, I think willow trees are really cool looking. That's why I built that. The walls is the first thing that I built. Well, I had an outline for the castle and where that was going to be, and then I built the wall around the entire place, and I really like this wall. It's really nice because, as you can see, it's thick. There's iron doors all the way around it. You can go in here and walk all the way around, and there's holes. So if I take my bow here, you can actually shoot through there. And it looks kind of funny when you go into this perspective. Anyway, I'm not actually going to shoot anything, so I'll put the bow away. I think when it gets nighttime, I'm going to use this firework launcher that I have in my inventory, and we'll pick one of the many fireworks that I have. I found these in my starter house before I started this live stream, so I thought it'd be cool if we have a good night where it's not raining. So far it's been thunderstorming, and then it was raining. So yeah, next time it's nighttime, we can set off some fireworks with my fancy firework launcher. I really like that thing. I won't walk all the way around the walls, but there are some cool spots like these towers. I can go inside. And these are really nice spiral staircases. I'll go all the way up one of the towers eventually, but we'll start with the entrance of the castle. There's actually a lot of different places to enter, like I just showed you one up there. There's another one, this same tower. I made this place so that you can really get around. There's a lot of different places to enter and exit. But we'll start with the main entrance. The yard was originally like a really ugly hill, so I flattened out bits of it but kept it like going up as a hill, and then did stone walls, which I think it really turned out nice. I'm really glad I did that. And then there's multiple different staircases to get up, and I made it into a beautiful garden. There's flowers everywhere. And then the front door, you enter into a hallway that is also nicely decorated. It's a really tall hallway, so you have to look up to see most of the decorations. But yeah, from there you can go straight into the dining room, which I think looks nice. I wanted to replace some of those with some newer paintings that came out, but I just have not gotten around to it yet. Eventually I probably will, because I really don't like those. When I decorated the dining room, there were very limited options. I've also thought of having maps of different areas of my world on the wall. I could do maps and paintings. It's a very big wall. But yeah, I was thinking about updating the decorations in here a little bit. There's some steak and some cups. The table's set, ready to have dinner. It's been set for a really long time, so you probably don't even want to eat these steaks. They're probably nasty, especially since I'm walking on this one. Anyway, there's forks on the wall too, really big forks. I was thinking of putting a fork next to each steak on the table, but I didn't have enough tridents. Then there's, over here, there's the kitchen. It's a really nice kitchen. It's honestly not as nice as the kitchen that I showed you earlier in that tiny little house in the neighborhood, but I did my best with what I had. I decorated it nicely. There's some bowls. There's a few more forks if you want to grab a fork. And then over here is the pantry. There's a fridge. And then like really full pantry. Lots of sweets and bread. Then I guess we'll go this way, because this hallway just leads into this next room. Anyway, this is the living room, which has 2 ways to access it. There's a lot of different things like that in the castle. I recently redecorated this, well, I guess not too recently, after Christmas, because when Christmas comes around, I redecorate this room. I put a Christmas tree in this corner, usually move the couch over here, get rid of this table. I'll change out the carpet to like red and green, but yeah, right now, after Christmas, I changed it to this lovely purple. The couch is over here now. Still a fireplace and a moose head that's supposed to be. And this piano, it's not my design. I followed a tutorial on how to do it. But those are dragon heads. The ears are poking up and making the keys on the keyboard through quartz slabs. It looks really cool. I've been walking around a lot tonight. I have a rest on the couch a little bit. There we go. It's kind of awkward sitting in Minecraft, so sometimes you gotta move around a little bit, get comfortable. W, welcome to the stream. Say Lily, look who made it after so long. Yeah, long time no see. Welcome to the stream. W also says 9,000 subs is so awesome. Yeah, super excited about that. Also pretty excited about climbing towards 10,000 pretty quickly. Random says loving the tour. Thank you, glad you're enjoying it. I think it's getting nighttime again. We're pretty safe here in the castle, but I should probably start to work my way up to the bedroom. Before I work my way up, let's go down and look at this. This room right here. I did nothing decoration-wise. I had no idea what to do with this room. So I guess the interior isn't finished, but it's just a walkway. Another exit, entrance, whatever you want to call it. That leads to the basement. I'll show you the basement later because there is another entrance to the basement as well. And then up here, there's just like a big window. I never did anything in here. I guess I put some plants since there's a big window. Something like that. Oh, this staircase is a little burnt because the fireplace right here. I've since fixed it. I tried to have netherrack right there and some real fire so that I didn't have like the smoke going on because there's not a chimney. Anyway. Yeah. We have to deal with the smoke. I was going to call it my electric fireplace because there's no smoke. But now I have to deal with that unless I want to set my fireplace, I mean not my fireplace, my staircase on fire, which I still need to replace a stair there. Anyway, I can still go up here. This is my throne room. Earlier I was talking about the 1,000 diamonds that I collected for 1,000 subscribers. This is what I did with the other bit of the diamonds. I didn't really keep any of those to myself. I built things out of it. This spiral staircase leads into the living room, so I went around up that way. You can also go up this way. This is usually the way I go up. This leads out to one of the towers, which I will actually go up to the top of one of those in a moment. This right here is my library. I have a library in the castle. Again, I built this before the chiseled bookshelves came out. My mansion, I'm excited to build a library because I actually have chiseled bookshelves. I can use those. So yeah, there's just regular bookshelves here. There's some, actually, What is in this chest? I don't even remember. What the? Coat of assassinated sheep. Shelly. Who's Shelly? Shelly is no longer, because there's Shelly's remains. That's kind of disgusting. Why is that in my library? And then assassinated sheep. Oh no. What happened? I don't know, man. I gotta close that chest and just leave that alone. Why is that in my library? Since when is... I don't know. That's weird. I'm kind of scared, especially because it's dark out and I'm like in this library alone. Okay, let's go to bed. The bed is right over here. Then I'll continue my tour. Alright, before I continue my tour, I guess I'll stay up here because I haven't really shown off this room. It does look like I have been streaming for 1 hour, so I'm going to go on a quick 3-minute water break yet again. Before I go on that water break, I would like to mention tips are welcome via paypal.me/annihilate and YouTube Super Chat. You can also become a member of the channel if you would like to. I just added level 2 membership. So if you're level 1 and would like to upgrade, that is definitely something you would do. You can do, I meant to say. The new perk that you get when you join the level 2 is members only videos. There's not any members only videos yet, but I will be working on some, so there will be some ready for when you join. Anyway, it does look like we do have a tip over on PayPal. W sends $10 US dollars. Thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate it. Anyway, I will be right back from a quick 3-minute water break. Alrighty, welcome back from that water break. We can get right back into this world tour. Anyway, I went to sleep before the water break, and I did that so quickly I didn't really get a chance to show off the bedroom in my castle. It has a nice big fancy rug and a really big comfy bed. I know it looks like just a regular Minecraft bed, but look at that bed frame. It's not just a regular Minecraft bed. It is extra comfortable. Anyway, there's paintings on the wall and a clock, some light, but it's like nice lighting, calm lighting. We have an under chest, a little cute flower, window to look out. Those ones not really that great for looking out unless you're like looking at the sky or the hot air balloons, which you can see some of them out the window. This one though is good at taking taking a look at the area. Anyway, we'll go down here. This is also, I consider it part of my bedroom here in my castle. This is kind of where I keep a lot of like personal items storage. I haven't taken care of the wool that I used to build chicken jockey yet. I'll do that at some point. This right here, I have not found a place to put these. I need to build like an armor shop or something. We'll see, because I definitely need a place to store this type of stuff. For now it just sits there in the middle of the floor. We got a lot more stuff. I've got a little bit of extra netherite, some cool things like enchanted golden apples. I've had this world for a really long time and I haven't eaten very many enchanted golden apples, but I've collected a lot of them. Oh, I have like this kind of stuff should probably be put away. A lot of cleaning up I need to do around here, honestly. This is where I keep all my shulker boxes. It used to be full. That's why I went and I collected all of these shulker shells. They haven't been turned into boxes yet though. I haven't needed them. Whole bunch of stuff. I won't show you all of the storage in here because that takes a while. We already looked in the library, which apparently is haunted by a skeleton and a sheep. Yeah. Shelly the skeleton and a sheep which has no name. Huh. Spooky library. Ugh. Don't want to spend too much time in there. Alterax says, do you know roughly how many hours of Minecraft experience you have? Is it over 10k hours? I don't know how I would even keep track of that, because I've been playing Minecraft for a really long time. Do you mean like in this world or like overall? Because I started playing Minecraft in 2012, I think. 2012. Possibly 2011. I think it was 2012 though. Somewhere around there. I don't know. I was a child. So it was a long time ago. I don't know how I would have kept track of how many hours I've played overall. And in this world there's like statistics. I could probably figure that out. But not right now, because we're working on the world tour. Anyway, this right here, there's a staircase here. Not a very good one. I wasn't very good at building staircases when I built that one. Anyway, this is a little office. There's a little chair you can actually sit in, which I think is cool. And there's a little desk. Kind of like a reading nook type thing. I think that's kind of cool because it's near the library. And there's another more comfy, more cozy one right here. So, plenty of places to sit and read because there's a library nearby. I also didn't really know what to do with this spot other than that because it's a very small space. This staircase is really cool. The top of it, not so much. Top of it, meh. This part, I like it. We won't go all the way down there yet because this right here is my game room. I really like this room. There's a giant TV. Looks like we're watching something about a skeleton. Oh my gosh. Is that Shelly? Because I don't remember turning on the TV. Oh my gosh, guys. Shelly's haunting the TV. Okay, I'll stop talking about Shelly. Anyway, this is the... This is a pool table. I think it's safe to break this to show you. This is green carpet, and then underneath it there's signs. And it looks like pool sticks. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. There's couches, some pink carpet. Yeah, it's nice in here. There's also, this is one of the accesses to the spiral staircase, which I do have to go up a little bit to show you this room, kind of tucked away in the attic here. This is where I keep all of my music discs that I have collected. I have quite a lot of them. I was trying to get all of them. Some of them, like the barrels, are empty because I only have one and it's in the item frame. Yeah, there's only 2 of them actually, that I only have 1, and then I'm missing a few. I don't have all of the music discs, but I do have a lot. When I gain more, I can easily expand the barrels. I also have I don't know what is this? Oh, okay. Oh, I documented the order in which I found them. That's cool. And then I have goat horns. Those are all of the goat horns that I have. Anyway, let's continue going up this spiral staircase for the tower here, and I will show you the little spot that I have at the top. At the end there's a ladder because I couldn't continue the spiral staircase the way I did the roof. Well, the top of the tower, I mean. But yeah, you could stand here and kind of look around. The other tower over there is built the exact same way. It's kind of dizzying to walk up the staircase, so I won't do it again over there. Oh no! It's a good thing I didn't fall all the way down and I can replace it real quick. I don't mean to destroy my castle. I just want to look around. Okay, let's go back down this staircase, and then I can show you the last couple bits of the castle. We're almost done with all of the rooms in here. There's a lot of different rooms in the castle. This world tour might have to be split across 2 different live streams. Might be left on the quick hanger over a long weekend because, yeah, I usually live stream on Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay, let's exit right here on the wall because I can access the next room from here. And actually you can see in the window right there. It's almost nighttime again. Spent a long time looking at the inside of the castle. This room right here is my flower room. I store all of my flowers in here, and also like stuff for flower pots. Makes sense. These are like books. The whole idea is like books about flowers, but they're empty books. And yeah, I actually do store all of the flowers that I have in here. And then down here, actually, first let's look over here. There's a couple small little areas like under the stairs here. I have this stuff. There's just a whole bunch of like random stuff in here. And this staircase leads up to the game room, and this stuff I already showed you. Then we have the basement. That is the last part of the castle I need to show you. And then I'll actually walk around the whole walls because there is a garden. There's another portal. That leads to my storage room, which I will show you in a moment. This, all of the mob drops I have stored. And these right here, I end up finding after I built the castle, 2 skeleton spawners directly next to each other. To where if I like stand right here, both of them, right here, both of them will spawn skeletons. So eventually I will build a cool skeleton farm here. I already have a skeleton farm though. I built it before I found these. So yeah, eventually I'll do something with this. I have a lot of future plans for this world, which is why I won't be stopping anytime soon. Yeah, this hallway leads to a sugarcane farm, and then I have marked out where I can build a couple more things if I want to down in this basement. But yeah, 2 sugarcane farms. Lots of sugarcane. Wow, that's nice. And then this area is kind of unfinished. I need to do something about the walls in the basement, I know. And I showed this room already. So we've been all the way around the entire place. Let's go back up to the bedroom real quick, sleep, and then I will move on to the next thing. Alright, already showed this entire area. I showed the frog. I did not show the horse stable. This is where I keep my horses. I don't think I named any of them, but they're cool. They got water and stuff to eat. There's also 2 more spaces for 2 more. Over here is my farm, which is actually one of the first things that I built, because remember earlier how I said it would be difficult to go in the order of when I built them? Yeah. When I first started, everything was kind of scattered all over the place, and then I filled in the gaps. Anyway, I thought it'd be cool to have really big fields. It's like unnecessary. I don't need this much stuff. It was nice for trading with farmers in the beginning. It all grows and then you can harvest it and get a lot at once. Yeah, now it's just decoration. There's also bees around the place, and this barn, it's very simple, kind of ugly, but I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is because it's one of the first things that I built in this world, and I think that's what makes it cool. Anyway, we've got cows. And if I go out here, we've also got mushrooms. I dragged them all the way here. And then I have chickens. The one thing I don't have is pigs. I never trapped pigs in a pen in this world. I don't know why. Up here is storage for all of my crops and stuff. And there's also a bed. Apparently there's a bee. This is Buzz. He's got 24 Z's. If you've been here for a while, you'll remember why. I'm not going to explain why Buzz has 24 Z's. But if you've been here for a minute, you know. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's go. Before I show this stuff back here, before I forget about it, there is some more stuff. Since I have the bees around here, and I do have like a system where I can go around and I can collect the stuff from these beehives and bee nests, but I decided to make a more efficient way of doing that. It is all the way up here. I actually had to remove all of the shears and bottles from it because I just had so much honeycomb. But yeah, automatic bee farm. If I ever use up all of it, which I know it doesn't look like there's a lot, I moved it. It's in a whole bunch of shulker boxes over by my mansion because I have a giant fridge over there as well. There's a lot of copper details that I haven't waxed yet. So I'm hoping to use a lot of it when I do that, but probably not all of it because it's like 9 shulker boxes full, I think. Yeah, there's the automatic bee farm, and then down here underneath this bridge and in this naturally generated cave, there is my storage room. It's not automatic, like I don't like have everything automatically sorting, but there is a lot of room for a lot of chests that can stack really high, and I can climb up scaffolding if I have to. Up here on this like mine shaft looking thing, even though it's really tall, I think it looks cool. This is where I store all of my mining things that I find mining, except for that. I store my redstone stuff here because I guess it just makes sense to me to have it next to the redstone. But I have all of my diamonds and iron. I don't really have to go mining for quite a while. I have lots of stuff. Copper down there. You know, all the different stuff. Oh my gosh, I thought that green shulker box was a creeper for a second. It's not, it's just a shulker box because we're in the storage room. This glass here, this red glass, goes down for a really long time, and then there's actually lava all the way down there. I wonder if there's a way I could show you, like maybe if I grabbed this. No, you can't see because there's so many layers of glass. But yeah, I thought it would look cool to have like the shroom lights going throughout it to like look like popping lava. Yeah, so it's like the floor is lava, except for I can walk on it without burning my toes like that game, The Floor is Lava, that you might have played when you were a child. Over here, as I walk around, I'm just remembering so many things to show you. This is a whole room that I have some redstone contraptions in, and also one thing that's not a redstone contraption. This is a place to dry clay, because over here I can make moss. Right now I have pale moss in there, but I used to make regular moss. It's stored over here. I can make the moss into rooted dirt with this rooted dirt farm that I built. I actually designed this. I don't do a whole lot of redstone, but I did this myself. It's very simple. It's just 2 timers and pistons. This piston pushes the dirt that way so that I can place the moss without having to like place down dirt as well. And then this timer pushes it all this way once it lines up along these pistons, and then I get a block of dirt. I could make it more complex if I wanted to, but I didn't. I just stop it every once in a while, collect the dirt, and then restart it. But yeah, if you would like to see a tutorial on how to build this, it is on my channel. Then I can turn that rooted dirt, if I wanted to, into mud. Since I'm just like making it out of what seems to be thin air, instead of using regular dirt that I have to dig from the ground, because you can't just like make dirt. You have to make either rooted dirt or puddle on top of moss. Yeah, mud farm. And then I can use the mud, go over there, dry it out, get clay. And if you smelt the clay, you get terracotta. See what I mean? Block farm is essentially what I made, which is why I built it right next to the storage room. I think it's pretty cool. This is the most like redstone advanced thing I've ever done. up here, actually, I'll go up this one first. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. There's 2 elevators, which leads to 2 different buildings. This is a flower shop. It's not really like, it's just decoration, but I like it. I think it's cool. It's got a cool doorbell. If I maybe even turn down the music a little bit, and then if you listen closely. Oh, that was a poor demonstration. Let me do this again. It's got a cool doorbell. There. Yeah. I like it. The outside of the flower shop looks pretty cool. I like the sign that I made for it. And then I have little azalea bushes in pots. I tried to make like different stages of growth. Even this one, that's like the whole tree. I tried to imagine an azalea tree, but smaller. And then this over here, this is the Farm Mart. It's like a farm goods store. We've got lawn mowers ready for purchase. These ones, very expensive to make because those wheels are actually wither skeleton skulls. I'm not going to break it to like show you because this was a pain to make. But yeah, there's 8 wither skeleton skulls just chilling in the ground over here as decoration because that's just how I do things, I guess. All kinds of stuff as decoration, just chilling over here. And also this building has a cool doorbell just like that one. I'll turn down the music again to show you the doorbell because this one I think is even better than that one. Isn't that nice? Yeah, it's a couple note blocks like hidden underneath the ground. It's very simple redstone to make that happen, but I really like it. Anyway, the Farm Mart has an employee. I meant to put an employee in the flower shop, just haven't got around to it yet. He still needs a name. I haven't named him. Yeah, down here, if I go through down this elevator, we get right back down here. Many different entrances and exits. So yeah, there's the storage room and that stuff covered. We did the barn. This over here are my sheeps. Have a whole bunch of them in a pen. I also have a very small pumpkin patch, and oh, I didn't mean to activate my elytra. Sometimes I do that on accident, and sometimes I do that on purpose. There's also a little melon farm. This used to house frogs. I think it was a bad idea to have ponds in here. I think they went underneath the lily pads and they are no longer. I also took a couple of them to the nether, tried to get frog lights. I did manage to get quite a good amount of those, and I put all of them around the castle wall. That's one of the details I didn't really show off of the castle wall. There are frog lights all the way around it, which was very difficult to get. I'll have to do that again because I love frog lights. Anyway, down here I have automatic pumpkin and melon farms because those little patches I showed you are just not good enough. There's all of my melons. There's all of my pumpkins. Down here I have sheeps. Right now, half of them brown, half of them are white. I used to have all of these different colors, but I collected all of those colors for a really long time, and I have a lot of them, so I don't really need any more. I'll probably change it back to those colors eventually, but not right now. Then next, let's see. I don't think there's a bed anywhere nearby. Oh, their nearest bed is in the barn. We can use the bed in the barn. Oh, wait. I was talking about fireworks earlier, and I got distracted with the world tour stuff. I'll leave it nighttime for now, but anyway, it does look like I have been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes, so I am going to go on another quick water break. Before I go on that 3-minute water break, I would like to mention tips are welcome via paypal.me/annihilate, YouTube super chats, and also if you want to, you can become a member of the channel. Anyway, live streams are always free, so don't feel obligated to leave a tip. But if you would like to, again, those are welcome at paypal.me/annihilate, YouTube super chats, and you can become a member if you would like to. Anyway, I will be right back in 3 minutes. Alrighty, welcome back from that water break. We can get right back into playing some Minecraft here. I wanted to play around with some firework since it's nighttime. Anyway, while I was on the water break, Arthur Hex says, water break every 30 minutes. You must be extremely well hydrated. Yeah, the reason why I take a water break every 30 minutes is because since I talk a lot during these streams, I drink a lot of water because my mouth gets dry since I'm talking a lot. And then when you drink a lot of water, you know, I can't just sit here for 2 hours. And then sometimes I run out of water, so I have to refill my cup. You know, normal human stuff and drinking water. You guys should drink water too. It's great. But yeah, I drink a particularly large amount of water during my streams. Well, usually more than I like normally drink throughout the day during my streams because I'm talking a lot. Anyway, I have this firework launcher. If I put one of these in my offhand, I'll get some pretty cool fireworks. So let's look at this one. What does this one look like? We gotta load it up first. This is better than just like doing it on the ground. Yeah. Especially because I have moth shot on this. And so every time I use like one firework, it shows 3 of them, but I'm only using 1 firework. Isn't that cool? Ooh, these are really pretty fireworks. I made these a while ago. I just kind of found them laying around, so I don't remember what they all look like. Okay, those are just some basic stars. Oh, this one's even more basic. That's why I have so many of them. Just blue, fade to purple. Ooh, those look like 4th of July fireworks. 4th of July is coming up kinda soon. Those are awesome. I definitely want to do a little bit of a fireworks show. When it gets a little bit closer to 4th of July, I'll probably craft more fireworks. I'll do a whole live stream because they take a while to craft. But they're fun to make. Ooh, those ones are pretty. What about these ones? Those ones are also cool. They're like purple and red, white, and blue. Wait, let's do that again. Yeah, I really like those ones. And what are these ones? These are just white stars, it looks like. And they don't go up as high as the other ones because that's flight duration 1, and these ones are all flight duration 3. Okay. Alright, let's not use up the firework launcher until it's dead. It looks like it needs to be mended up. Let's go to bed. We'll get rid of the nighttime. I'll stop playing around with the fireworks, since I really don't want to break that firework launcher. That thing is cool. Excuse me, Buzz. I need to get to the bed. Have a good day, Buzz. I don't know why you're up here. It's not like I trapped you up here or anything. You can leave at any time. You chose to be here. Anyway, goodbye. See you later. Alrighty. Back here, behind the barn, I tried to build a butcher shop. I told this story during last night's stream, but I'll tell it again during the world tour because it makes sense. I tried to build a butcher shop, and then I almost lost my world due to hard drive failure. And I found a backup from like 4 months prior, so I lost 4 months of progress. One of the things I lost was the butcher shop, so I tried to rebuild it, and I just wasn't really in the mood because it was really a bad experience, losing 4 months of progress. But at least it wasn't the whole world, you know. I thought it was going to be the whole world, but it wasn't. Anyway, yeah, unfinished. Eventually I want to tear it down. I don't like it. I'm gonna build something else here. Eventually I should build a butcher shop somewhere else with a different design, because the only reason I don't really like it is because of the whole hard drive failure thing and almost losing this world. That was like 2 years ago. Actually, no, that happened like 3 years ago. It was pretty early on, but I had a lot of progress done, you know? I had a lot of stuff done. I was pretty upset about it. And now I make more frequent backups than every 4 months. Now I try to make a backup at the end of every week. Sometimes I forget and end up like having like a month in between. But at least it's not 4 months. Anyway, this is my bakery. That's not my design, like I didn't come up with that design, but on the banner it has a little cake. I think that's so cute. Anyway, inside. I tried to make it like decorated so much that I even made like prices for cookies, cake, and pumpkin pie. Down here is where all the magic happens. You got ingredients. Whoa, lots of sugarcane. That's right, I was storing extra sugarcane because in order to build the butcher shop, I got rid of a huge sugarcane field that I used to have there. This over here is a glow-lichen farm. It's just kind of ugly, so I shoved it in this little house. If you go to the back here, you can load it up with bone meal. And then if you have shears in your hand and you turn the thing on, the bone meal will bone meal. Oh, there is actually bone meal in there. So it's a perfect demonstration. And make glow lichen there to shear. I guess I'll shear it up and then it goes into the hopper and goes into the chest. And up here, storage. Pretty basic. Down here, this is where I store all of my wood items. There's only 3 empty spaces. Might have to make this place bigger, do some renovations if more than 3 wood types get added. After those 3 spaces are filled, I need to do some renovations. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of alloys in here for when I'm chopping down trees. I can give them things like leaves, sticks, logs, and they'll bring it to me so I don't have to run around collecting it. Pretty convenient. Right here I built some statues. Not really fully my design. I kind of edited somebody else's design to be slightly my own, but I think these are really cool looking. I just didn't really know what to put here. Then down here, we've got a sniffer sanctuary and also little fields for the flowers that you get when the sniffers dig up a seed. Oh my gosh, this one's digging up a seed right now, dude. Thank you. Thank you for that pitcher pod. I really appreciate that. Sniffle. And this is Snuffle. Very cute. Took a long time to build the walls in such a way to where they can't just climb out. I sat around here for a while, found all of the spots that they were climbing out, and fixed it. Over and over and over and over again. But yeah, they have a nice little pond. They can drink some water. I don't know what sniffers eat. I guess maybe they eat the seeds that they dig up out of the ground, and I just stole his food. I don't know. Never thought about that. You can breed them though, right? I don't remember what you use to do that. It's been a long time. Or do you have to hatch the egg? Oh my gosh, I don't remember. Let's see, I showed you that over there. The only next thing in this area is the fall forest. And then we can move on to a couple other areas in my world. I thought I was going to get around to the hoop dive elytra course tonight. And I guess I still could since I said I was. But now I'm thinking about it. I think we're going to need a whole nother stream to finish this world tour. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So I'll just quickly show you. There's actually Nah, we got time. There's only a few more things in the overworld that I need to show you, and I wasn't going to show you the nether. So let's speedily get through the rest. Over here, we've got a little park. Over here, we've got a nice little, like, end to a river. The river didn't used to go all the way through here. It was pretty skinny, and then it eventually just like ran out of water, so I dug it all out to make it connect to this ocean here. I built a little fishing hut, which is pretty cute. I'll quickly show you the inside. We got a little bed, some storage, a fishing rod, and of course, a nice place to fish. Over here, we've got some more redstone farms. None of them I designed. I looked up YouTube videos on how to make these things. That big thing over there is a creeper farm. I don't remember where I got the design from. And then I have a whole bunch of sniffers over here to automatically collect the seeds that these guys dig up. I also over here have a bamboo farm that is sheep powered, believe it or not. When the sheep steps on that pressure plate, it sends off a flying machine, which is over here stuck, it looks like. Yeah, that's why it's not operating. If I just grab a block of dirt right here, put it in front of this piston, it will start working again. I'll put that dirt back. So yeah, it'll go all the way over to this other side. All of the bamboo gets collected by a minecart with a hopper. Eventually, it takes a minute, and the bamboo starts growing very quickly. Oh my goodness. And eventually that sheep will step on that pressure plate, and it'll do it again. I think when I get out of render distance, sometimes it breaks. These are flower farms. When I press that, it goes back and forth with bone meal. And since the grass is going back and forth, it breaks all of the things and they get left up there. And I don't have a way of automatically collecting it. I easily could, but I just didn't. But yeah, I can walk up here and collect my flowers and lots of seeds, which I can then turn into more bone meal to put into the farm. Oh goodness, that is full. I'm just gonna keep that in my inventory. Yeah, I have 3 different ones for trying to get all of the different flowers. Cactus farm, quick bone meal farm. I can put this stuff in here, it looks like. Yeah, cool. More flower farms. These ones I just walk up and bone meal the flowers. Way over here, I have a guardian farm. I will quickly show that. I haven't been over here in a while, actually. Yeah, there it is. Big, giant hole in the ocean. I really like this place. It used to be my main, like, experience farm. Before I built an Enderman farm. Yeah, believe it or not, I built this before I built the Enderman farm. Because prismarine. The roof of the castle is prismarine, so I needed this. You just go down here, and you can hit all of the guardians. It's kind of crazy down here. I don't want to spend too much time down here. It's loud, overwhelming. And I have plenty of prismarine already saved up since I used it as an experience farm for a while. So, yeah. If I need any prismarine, it's right there. Yeah, it's not very far away from my creeper farm and this little island. Now I just have to fly all the way home. And then one of the last things I need to show you is my most recent project that I've been working on, which a lot of you here have already seen, which is why I'm putting that off for last. And then I do want to go through the Hoop Dive Elytra course. Oh, and there's actually a couple other things that I'm not even thinking of, like when 1.20 update came out, I found one of those trail ruins, I think it's called. I dug that out. I built a hut nearby. I have a video on that I made really early on my channel. What else? There's all of the trial chambers that I found. I didn't really build anything there, but I found them and went through them so that I could get a mace. I did that in live streams, so you can go back and watch that if you would like to. Oh, and something that I've been staring at the whole time but didn't really show you is Chicken Jockey right here. He's cute. And also, since it's nighttime, I should spend a night at the Fall Forest campground here. After we take a look at Chicken Jockey, of course. But yeah, this is the Fall Forest campground. There's pumpkins around the place as decoration, and I changed out the leaves of these naturally generated Minecraft trees and made them mangrove roots. There's some wool in here, and there's also colored concrete powder. I think it looks pretty cool. I did orange, red, yellow. This is like where you like book what campsite you're going to stay at. And then there's a couple of campsites, which I am going to choose the first one I come across to sleep at. This one right here. I'll take the big tent and we'll have a sleep. Alright, we'll go through the Fall Forest right now so that I can show you this tunnel. This leads to a couple different places. If I get in this minecart right here and I go by, there's a lever up here that if I very carefully flick, I will end up stopping at this little pit stop right here. This is my amethyst farm right down here. There are amethyst geodes. Since it takes so long to get back up this ladder, I'm not going to go down there. But yeah, there's 3 different amethyst geodes down there that I can collect amethyst from. I used amethyst to decorate this tunnel, and it looks really nice. You can see it behind the leaves there, kind of. And there's also some shroom light to, of course, provide light. Anyway, let's continue on. I'll flip the lever so that we're going that way now. And this leads to my most recent project that I've been working on, and also a little skeleton farm that I have. I'll show you the skeleton farm. Alright, I'll put my minecart back there. Right here is the skeleton farm. This was another good source of experience for a while before I built the guardian farm, before I built the enderman farm. There's different levels. Like, I used the zombie farm first, and then I used this skeleton farm that I'm about to show you. Then I used the guardian farm as experience because I built that and it was good experience. Then I built the enderman farm. Which that you're just gonna have to believe me that it's there, because I am quickly running out of time for this live stream. There's only a couple other things that I haven't shown. I'm trying to get through it all. Yeah, I used the tinted glass here so you can actually see when the skeletons spawn. I think that's pretty cool. And then they end up down here and you can hit them with a sword and all the stuff goes in the chest. There's an enchanting table. That is a naturally generated mineshaft, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, let's go back this way. And I'm just gonna go right up again this elevator, which is not as nicely decorated as the other one. This is my most recent project that I have been working on here. I'm not gonna spend too much time showing it off because I'm still in the process of building it. If you would like to see more about it, you can watch past relatively recent live streams that I've been working on it. There's also videos about it on my channel. Anyway, this is the pavilion. I built this in a video a while ago. I think it's very nice looking. It's very grand. I like it. And then the bridge is quite large. I should actually look at it from over here. It's detailed with copper. Lots of other blocks make up the pillars there. And yeah, even though it's not over water, I think it's a pretty nice bridge. And then, of course, the mansion. Still a work in progress. I was working on this during last night's stream. Still got quite a lot of work to go. Like all of those walls. It looks so bare. And then you look over there and it's like, whoa, huge difference. Okay, let's fly all the way back to the main base. I've shown pretty much everything that I have in this world, which is awesome. The only thing I have not done is go through the hoop dive elytra cores. I have 8 firework rockets left. I'm going to save those for going through the course. It's more fun if you have a limited amount of rockets. And I can glide my way towards the entrance so that I can get up there. Because that is the only thing in this area I have not shown. And it kind of goes around this whole main area. Alrighty. Right in here, we get speed from the beacon during the very first part of the hoop dive elytra course. It's actually during the dive, which makes it pretty fun. Going super fast. Alright, here we are at the top. It says, leave your belongings here. You might experience kinetic energy. That's not gonna happen to me, though. It'll be just fine. I'll put on my totem, though. Ooh. My light's just a little broken, but it'll be fine. The course is not that long. Yeah, here we go. At the top. I haven't gone through the elytra course in a while. Oh, before I start, before I forget, I'm going to need my goat horn, wherever that is. Did I put it in here? Yeah, there it is. This, to celebrate making it through, I usually play the goat horn at the end. Okay. I'm gonna start a little flashback recording. We'll see if I do anything with it. I'm gonna try not to use any firework rockets, because technically you are supposed to be able to make it through this thing without them. Let's start the dive all the way down to the first hoop. It's gonna look like I'm going to hit the ground, but I'm not. I'm gonna swing back up and we'll go through this first hoop, trying to make it through perfectly so that we get that little ding. You have to go directly through the middle to do that. It looks like I'm gonna do my first firework rocket right here because I don't have enough momentum. I can make it through this other ring as well, and then through that one, and this one's a little tough. I'm going right over it. That one I remember I needed to change. It's not perfect. I want to make updates to this again, but these ones I can go through pretty quickly, and these ones I can also go through pretty nice and smooth. And then we are finally approaching the ending. This is pretty awesome. Let's see if I can make it through there. I just barely did. We didn't get that little ding though with the bell, and we make it through that one and that one, and the very ending we dive again all the way down the mountain and through this cave. It's really spooky, and up through the ending and past the zombie and the chicken, well, the chicken jockey. So sorry for people who don't like it that I call it a zombie chicken, but yeah, we made it through the hoop dive electric course without dying. I definitely want to add to that and do little adjustments here and there in the future. But yeah, that is the last thing that I had to show you. And ooh, I used 7 firework rockets. There we go. Let's use that 8th to get up here by the castle. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. If you liked the world tour, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the bell notification icon so that you can see future projects that I do in this world. I also have a hardcore survival world. So yeah. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!